Well, I've had quite a day today, actually. I mean, not like a massive crazy thing, but my I've got a friend who emigrated up to Shetland a few years back. It still comes down to visit sometimes, and his mum's still down here, and unfortunately, she's reached the end of her life, and yeah, he kind of had the call yesterday to say, listen, if you want to say goodbye, come now. And so obviously he booked a flight, and he was, Aberdeen airport is an hour away from us, and he just messaged me straight off and was like, listen, can you help me get I think he had somebody to take him on the way, but he said, listen, can you help me get back to the airport like in time for my flight? He was here for a small number of hours, um, and then yeah, it was an absolute flying visit, but he got here in time to say goodbye to his mum. Um, she apparently passed an hour ago. Um, but the very fact that he thought, I'm in a bind, this is serious shit, and he called me to help, and I've got to tell you, that means the world to me. I want to be the sort of person that people just, if they're in a bind, they think of me and they say, all right, let's can you help? You know, I want to be I want to be the person that people think of, or a person when they need that help. Sorry, I'm waffling a bit now. No, it's kind of really, you're never sure, particularly with my imposter syndrome just being ridiculous. I'm never ever sure whether I'm actually liked. I mean, that's a bit extreme. Like, I know I have friends, but you're never really sure what level of friendship is at. Certainly in other people's brains. Um, and I will just always naturally think that people tolerate me at best. Uh, but no, he, I guess, saw me as somebody reliable, dependable, and when he was having, well, let's face it, a deeply, deeply shit day, um, he gave me a call to help, and of course, no questions, I did. Um, so yeah, been to Aberdeen and back, which was actually alright. I mean, they're pissing down on me the whole way, but actually the roads were clear. There was still a lot of snow banked up at the sides of the roads, and there's a lot of flooding. But thankfully, not actually on the main roads. It was just kind of, it was almost like I was driving over. What's that? Where you've got a road that's kind of built up above a body of water, just kind of banked up. It was kind of like that. The roads with um, flooded fields on either side. Yeah. So that was an interesting one for me. I'm just glad. It makes me feel that I am making some sort of positive impact. I hope I am. Certainly want to be. everything of the everything that I'm doing, um, everything that's part of this new chapter, new phase, whatever it is. It's all about being who it is that I want to be for the second half of my life, because I've spent too long being somebody else. I've spent too long not. I guess not really focusing on that core of who am I? Who do I want to be to the people in my life? And so, yeah, it's just one that's kind of really got me thinking. I've been thinking a lot about imposter syndrome lately. I knew that I kind of had it to some degree, but I was using it in the book that I'm writing, because I try and draw a lot on personal experience because it's really the only thing I know how to do. And yeah, so I like I was looking up imposter syndrome online, getting the kind of finer details, and I just realised everything in it is just me to a T, even down to the you know demand avoidance side of it. And I always talk about having the yips. It's a thing. It's because with imposter syndrome, you have so little confidence in yourself that you just it's a thing that people are just nervous about getting started with projects because they just don't have confidence in themselves to get through them. So it's really comforting, actually. I know it sounds weird. Well, maybe it sounds weird. Maybe it doesn't. But the fact of being, well, just being in company, not being the only person who feels this way. If it's prevalent enough for it to be medically labelled as a thing, and there to be case studies and services and you know therapists and all these sorts of people who are ready and willing to help with it, it means it's not just me, and that is something that has always made me feel better when I've got something going on and I just think, okay, it's just me being stupid, or I just I just kind of get a bit down, and I just think, what's wrong with me? Why am I this way and nobody else is? But then I have these I have these realizations. I find information. I'm like, oh my god, it's not just me. Like, so many people get this. Yeah, I think that's important. I think particularly neurospicy people, and I don't want to generalise. I don't really want to speak for anybody else, but certainly my experience is that it can feel very lonely. It can feel like you're the weird one and nobody else is like this. But actually, name any. It's the same with any aspect of life, really. Name any kind of cognitive issue. Name any kink, for that matter. There's human experience is shared. It just is. No matter what you're going through, you will definitely not be the only person in the world feeling that way. So, yeah, that's my take on that for today.